Welcome, the chosen path. You were not brought here by accident. You were led here because there's been a war raging in the unseen, a battle with your name written on it. The truth is this: witches, warlocks, jealous enemies, even so-called friends cloaked in shadows. They have whispered curses into the wind, desperate to break you. But they don't realize you are not a fragile flame. You are a wildfire, and every curse they tried to send against you is now fueling your rise. Number 1. They thought their whispers had power. Behind closed doors, they spoke your name with venom. They lit candles, scribbled your name on scraps of paper, hoping their rituals could suffocate your destiny. They believed darkness could rewrite what heaven had already decreed. But what they forgot is this: the universe records every intention. The vibration of their curses did not destroy you, it exposed them. And while they plotted, angels were already circling you, sealing every crack, guarding every step. They wanted your downfall, but what happened? You woke up stronger. Your spirit began to burn hotter. Their whispers only proved one thing: you are too powerful to ignore. Number 2. They mistook your battles for weakness. They watched you go through storms. They saw the nights you cried, the days you felt drained, the seasons when everything around you seemed to fall apart. And they said to themselves, "Look, the chosen one is breaking." But what they couldn't see was the truth. Those storms weren't punishment, they were preparation. Every tear was watering the soil of your purpose. Every sleepless night was sharpening your discernment. While they laughed, thinking you were finished, God was molding you into someone unshakable. Now, when they look at you, they don't see weakness anymore. They see a survivor. They see a warrior. Number 3. Their envy became their prison. Envy is poison, and they drank it daily. They saw your light, your resilience, your ability to keep rising, and instead of being inspired, they became consumed. Consumed with jealousy, consumed with comparison. They plotted, cursed, schemed, but in the process, they chained themselves. Because while they obsessed over your downfall, you focused on your healing. While they wasted energy trying to dim you, you invested energy into growing stronger. And here's the twist: now they are stuck in the very darkness they tried to trap you in. The curse they sent out became a cage around their life. And you walked free. Number 4. Their curses hit a wall of fire. What they didn't understand is that you are divinely shielded. Chosen ones carry a frequency that darkness cannot penetrate. Every word, every ritual, every negative intention they launch toward you hit an invisible wall and bounce back with force. That's why they're restless now. That's why some of them can't sleep. Why their plans are crumbling. Why the things they touch seem to fall apart. Because when you target someone walking with God's assignment, you don't just fight them. You fight the entire kingdom behind them. And that's a battle darkness always loses. Number 5. They rejoiced too soon. When life hit you with setbacks, they smirked. When relationships broke, when finances shook, when health wavered, they whispered, "See, the chosen one isn't so untouchable after all." They thought the storm was proof their curses were working. But here's the revelation: chosen ones are refined in fire, not destroyed by it. Your losses were not losses, they were lessons. Every closed door was redirection. Every heartbreak was divine surgery. They celebrated your pain too early, not realizing pain is the very soil where chosen ones bloom. And now, the very storm they thought would drown you has become the ocean you sail across. Number 6. They underestimated divine timing. Impatient hands always reach for shortcuts. That's why they turned to curses. They wanted instant results. They wanted to see you crumble fast. But destiny doesn't run on their clock. It runs on God's. They thought their rituals would accelerate your destruction, but in reality, it accelerated your awakening. The more pressure they applied, the closer you got to your breakthrough. Their curses didn't delay you, they positioned you. And now, as doors swing open in your life, they are left stunned, wondering how someone they tried to bury is now blossoming right before their eyes. Number 7. Their gossip became your testimony. They spread lies. They twisted your story. They painted you as weak, unstable, unreliable, hoping others would turn against you. But here's the mystery of divine justice. Every tongue that rises against you ends up revealing your truth. Because the more they talked, the more they exposed themselves, the more they lied, the more people began to notice the contrast between your integrity and their deceit. Their words became like boomerangs, circling back to strike their credibility, not yours. And what's left now? You stand with a testimony. The very gossip that was meant to shame you became the backdrop for your redemption. Number 8. Their energy could not outlast your endurance. Witchcraft is built on exhaustion. It thrives when its target gives up. But you didn't quit. You endured. Every wave they sent hit you, but you kept moving. Every arrow they launched stung, but you kept walking. And endurance is a weapon they cannot touch. Because curses have expiration dates, but faith does not. They grew weary in their plotting. They grew tired of waiting for your downfall. Meanwhile, you grew stronger, steadier, more anchored in your purpose. They are burnt out now. And you are just catching fire. Number 8. Their energy could not outlast your endurance. Witchcraft is built on exhaustion. It thrives when its target gives up. But you didn't quit. You endured. Every wave they sent hit you, but you kept moving. Every arrow they launched stung, but you kept walking. And endurance is a weapon they cannot touch. Because curses have expiration dates, but faith does not. They grew weary in their plotting. They grew tired of waiting for your downfall. Meanwhile, you grew stronger, steadier, more anchored in your purpose. They are burnt out now. And you are just catching fire. Number 9. They tried to bury your voice. Chosen ones carry messages, words, art, actions that awaken others. And that's what they feared most. So they tried to silence you. Maybe through isolation, maybe through doubt, maybe through betrayal. They thought if they shut down your voice, they could stop your influence. But they forgot. Chosen voices are not human alone. They are divine echoes. You may have been silent for a season, but silence was not defeat. It was preparation. And now, as you speak, as you create, as you step back into your power, your voice carries even greater weight. What they tried to bury is now breaking chains. Number 11. They forgot the law of return. Every seed carries fruit. Every action returns to its sender. They thought their curses were one-way arrows, sharp, final, destructive. But the universe never loses track. God never forgets. Karma never sleeps. Now, what they whispered in shadows is echoing back into their own lives. Broken finances, shattered relationships, constant anxiety they cannot explain. It's not coincidence, it's collection day. The same energy they invested in your destruction is multiplying in their own reality. And you are reaping blessings for battles they never thought you'd survive. Number 12. They became addicted to your downfall. They checked your page, your life, your progress daily. They obsessed. They stalked. They looked for cracks. Your name lived rent-free in their minds because envy always hungers, but is never full. What they didn't realize was that obsession is self-destruction. The more they watched you, the more they drained themselves. The more they tried to monitor your light, the darker their own lives became. And now, they're trapped in a cycle of watching and waiting, while you are busy creating and ascending. Number 13. They didn't see the angels at work. When they sat in circles, chanting your downfall, you may have felt heavy, but you were never unprotected. At the very moment their curses rose, angels descended. Invisible hands blocked, redirected, and reversed everything that was not meant for you. That's why you were spared from accidents. That's why doors closed that didn't look dangerous at first. That's why you woke up some mornings with a peace that made no sense. Because while they worked in shadows, heaven was working in light, and the light always wins. Number 14. They thought your isolation meant defeat. There were seasons you walked alone. Friends disappeared. Family turned cold. Opportunities dried up. And they smirked, thinking, this is it. We've won. But chosen ones are often pulled away not for destruction, but for transformation. Your isolation was not a curse, it was a cocoon. They thought you were dying in silence, but you were becoming stronger, becoming clearer, becoming unstoppable. Now, as you reemerge, they don't recognize you. You're not who you were when they cursed you. You are sharper, wiser, and more radiant than ever. Number 16. They feared your awakening. The real reason they cursed you wasn't because of who you were then. It was because of who you were becoming. They saw the signs. They felt the shift. They recognized the glow of someone stepping into divine power, and fear drove them to attack. But here's the twist. Their attack didn't stop your awakening, it triggered it. What they feared most is now unfolding. Your gifts are sharper. Your spirit is louder. Your influence is expanding. They cursed you into the very version of yourself they were afraid of. Number 17. They wanted you to forget who you are. Every curse, every whisper, every betrayal, it was designed to shake your identity. Because if the chosen one forgets who they are, the mission pauses. So they attacked your confidence, your purpose, your mind. But here's the secret. Chosen identity isn't written in ink that can be erased. It's carved into your soul. And while they tried to rewrite your story with lies, God was etching truth deeper into your spirit. They wanted you to question yourself. Instead, you rediscovered yourself. Number 18. Their curses exposed their own chains. When they sent that energy against you, they revealed who they truly were. Because only a chained heart curses the free. Only a broken soul envies the whole. Their rituals did not reveal your weakness. They revealed their bondage. Now their life is the evidence. Sleepless nights, anxiety without cause, blessings slipping through their fingers like sand. And you've become the walking proof that curses collapse in the presence of divine alignment. Number 19. They underestimated the multiplier effect. They thought sending out one curse meant one effect. But curses against the chosen multiply. Not against you, but against them. Because when you touch someone with divine assignment, every ancestor, every angel, every prayer backing them is activated. That's why their lives feel heavier now. That's why opportunities are drying up. Why relationships are turning sour. Why doors are closing with no explanation. They pulled a thread connected to heaven's tapestry, and now the whole weight of divine justice is unraveling in their direction. Number 20. They tried to dim a sun. Envy blinds. They believed if they cursed you enough, your light would fade. But you don't shine because of them. You shine because of Him. Your light is not battery-powered. It's eternal flame. The more they tried to block it, the brighter it became. The more they plotted against you, the more God elevated you. They stood in the dark, staring, wondering why their rituals failed. The answer? You cannot dim a sun. You can only exhaust yourself trying. Number 21. Their curses became the soundtrack of your rise. Every word they spoke, every ritual they performed, every hateful intention, it all became background noise to your breakthrough. They were the orchestra of envy, but you were the soloist of destiny. And here's the irony. Their curses only made your story more dramatic, more powerful, more undeniable. Because now, when people look at you, they don't just see success, they see survival. They see someone who rose in spite of the attacks. Your victory isn't ordinary. It's cinematic. And their curses? Just the soundtrack. Number 22. The firestorm has arrived. Chosen one. This is the season you see the turnaround. Not slow, not hidden, but loud, visible, undeniable. Their curses have reached their expiration date. Their envy has reached its breaking point. Their rituals have lost all power. And in their place, karma. But not a drip, not a drizzle, a firestorm. Everything they launched at you is returning multiplied, burning through every false structure they built, while you rise untouched. Because the firestorm does not consume the chosen, it clears their path. Number 23. They thought the ending was theirs to write. They scribbled your obituary in their minds. They imagined you broken, forgotten, erased. They told themselves, this is how the story ends. But chosen ones don't end where others expect. Your story was written by the author of light, and no pen in darkness can rewrite it. They thought they had the final word, but the final word has always been God's, and that word is victory. Number 24. They became examples, not threats. In the beginning, their curses felt like mountains, but now, they're lessons. God turned their attacks into teaching points, living reminders that no weapon formed against you shall prosper. They wanted to terrify you. Instead, they became testimonies you can point to and say, see what happens when you fight the chosen. Their downfall is now the evidence of your protection. Number 25. They underestimated your purpose. They thought this battle was about you. But chosen battles are never just about one person. They're about everyone connected to your destiny. Your survival inspires others. Your victory sets a pattern. Your rise becomes a map for others walking through storms. They tried to silence one voice, but what they really did was amplify a movement, because your purpose is too big to be contained. Number 26. The tables have turned. Look around. The energy has shifted. The curses that once pressed against your chest are gone. The heaviness you carried is lifting, and the same mouths that once mocked you are silent, because they cannot explain why you are still rising. The tables have turned. What was meant to break you has built you. What was meant to silence you has amplified you. And what was meant to curse you has crowned you. Number 27. You are the firestorm. Chosen one, listen closely. You are not just protected by the firestorm. You are the firestorm. Your presence disrupts darkness. Your energy burns away falsehood. Your destiny shakes the ground beneath those who thought they could control you. You are walking karma. You are living proof that no curse, no witch, no ritual can overpower divine assignment. You are the storm they cannot escape, the fire they cannot extinguish, the prophecy they cannot undo. So, chosen one, let this sink deep. They tried to curse you. They tried to bury you. They tried to chain you. But heaven turned their curses into fuel. The universe turned their venom into medicine. And karma turned their rituals into judgment. You are not cursed. You are crowned. You are not broken. You are chosen. And your path is unstoppable. So rise with no fear. Walk with no hesitation. Speak with no doubt. Because your karma is not quiet. It is a firestorm. And it clears the way for your destiny. If you are part of this chosen path, don't just watch silently. Let your light be seen. Type, "I am the firestorm" in the comments. Let every shadow know this community is awake. Like this video, not for numbers, but so the message spreads to every chosen one still doubting their protection. And subscribe, because this is more than a channel. This is a movement, a gathering of warriors, a family of fire, a chosen path. Together, we don't just survive attacks. We transform them into proof of divine power. And as long as we rise together, no curse will ever prevail.